ICAMT, the International Committee of Architecture and Museums Techniques, decided to gather short but significant stories about design of nowadays museum. In a time of uncertainties marked by the pandemic and by transition towards sustainability, digitalization and wars. The stories of architects, designers, museum experts and directors mark the transition of museum institutions which have chosen to become leaders of the changes of our time for democratization, inclusivity and accessibility to visual and material culture. Podcast goal is to reach this event with themes, examples and solutions that might become better daily approaches. Welcome to the ICAMT podcast series. I am Maddalena D'Alfonso of the board of ICAMT, the International Committee for Architecture and Museum Techniques of ICOM, the International Council of Museums. Good morning and thank you, Taina Väisänen, for being with us at our ICAMT podcast.
Thank you.
Taina Väisänen is a co-founder and architect in Tact Oy, NeoArc Oy. Member of the Finnish Association for Architects FISE certification AA, Taina Väisänen is a leading exhibition designer whose handprint can be seen in Finland's largest museums and international displays. In addition, she has extensive knowledge of various exhibits and exhibition spaces. As a designer, she takes into account the client's wishes and needs as well as the budget framework. Good morning and welcome to the ICOM podcast. The design studio you founded deals with architecture, exhibition project, and lighting design. How do these three fields intersect?
Well, actually, I don't have any difficulties to combining all these areas of design. I use the knowledge I have, and I try to learn more, and then I combine whenever. Sometimes I have to use my architect knowledge also in exhibitions, and of course lighting design. And I'm not a lighting designer, but I have been teaching lighting designers, so I know the area. So it's combination.
Thank you. Can you tell us about your involvement in the Tampere Art Museum construction project?
Well, I have been only in few meetings in the beginning. So I was invited by the museum, the director of the museum, Taina Väisänen, to the project, but there were only few meetings. So we were talking about the logistic of the museum work and techniques, what is needed, and we were discussing with architect studios and the museum technicians that how to fit what is needed when you build a new museum, how you are making exhibitions, what kind of spaces you need, where do you take electricity and so on. But now I haven't been involved with that project. I was working with Kuopio Museum as an translator. I call it my work translating the engineer talk to the humanists people or museum people talk, that they understand each other. It's not always easy.
I can imagine, yes.
Different kind of language.
The topics of sustainability and accessibility are deeply relevant today. What do you think about them? How do you integrate them into your work?
Well, nowadays it's very important. The accessibility is really important, and we are not only thinking about what's the word? I wrote it down. It's like disabled and also visually impaired and also hearing impaired. It's very complex. And of course, if we, for example, that Kastelholm castle, it's almost impossible to get it like to think that everybody could go up to the towers. It's not possible. But we try to do our best. And also the sustainability, it's like, because I'm a mother and live in an old house, everything is like recycled. So I like to, when I work with museums, I try to recycle everything with what I can. And of course, all the materials we use must be good and tolerate time.
How do your projects and your work approach and relate to the theme of the accessibility?
It was like I almost answered already to that it's of course I have to know we work usually with people who are either disabled or visually impaired or hearing impaired. So we get the knowledge from there, how it is possible to, like, people who don't or are difficult to see, what is like important to them to feel. Dialogue with those people, it's very important, and we have to get to know as a designers to know how to create the spaces that they are able to come in the museums.
Thank you. Which of your projects do you think best represent your vision of exhibition design?
Maybe Amos Rex, there was this Glory of Egypt, which came from Torino. It was quite big exhibition, but sadly it was during the COVID time that few people saw it in live. And then also in Kuopio museums, there is this cultural historical part and then the natural historical part. And I think that of the new ones, these two exhibitions are like mostly represent my philosophy. Maybe the turning point. Well, I started with each exhibition in 1993. It was my first work, and there's my career started. And then after that, I designed a samurai exhibition in Vaprikki Museum Center, Vaprikki in Tampere. So that was like the turning point that I understood what is my way of the philosophy and way of designing.
How you can express your philosophy in design exhibition?
Well, there are few things that, because I am not like designer who starts with the like furniture. No, so my the main thing is the red line, the story. I have to know the story, and then I have to know that to whom I'm going to create the exhibition, and also what is the visual, what is the atmosphere of the thing, the exhibition that we want to create, because I'm all the time thinking about the space and also the people who are going into the space, that how we are leading them through the exhibition, and what are they feeling, and what is like what the space is telling them. So it's because I have been working in theater. I was a lecturer in theater academy, and the theater world is very familiar to me. So I combine the knowledge I got there to the exhibition. So the story and the red line is the most important. I don't start without the knowledge of the story, and that's why it's very important to work with the museum people who are involved in the exhibition, and we are creating the story together.
Wonderful. What value does sustainability have in your work?
There's a little bit difference between the permanent exhibitions and then exhibitions that are traveling or short period exhibitions. But as I told before, the materials, that they must be good, and I'm working also with the conservators that I don't use materials that are not that harm the object, for example, and also technical equipments that tolerate time. They must be good. I don't want to use any materials that are like very in short period rotten or broken. And the way people go to the museums nowadays has changed, so that in further, when I was young, we were very, very quiet in the museums in Finland, and we didn't touch anything. So nowadays it's completely different. Everybody is touching and jumping and hopping somewhere. So the materials must be good, even in the traveling exhibitions. And also the use of recycled materials, the materials the museum already has, is part of the work. And it's a matter of also money, which is nowadays causes quite a lot of difficulties.
May you give us an example of a traveling exhibition in this field?
Well, I'm now working. Just the opening day is on Thursday. About the royalty of forest, and there is the bear. I don't know the word of now, the hirvi in Finnish, but anyway, animals and it's not like the natural historical exhibition, but it's about how the for example the decorations have taken ideas from these animals and during the years. So well, it won't travel the whole exhibition because there are so fragile objects, but the textile or the prints and everything like that, and then there is also there are works of art, and they are going to travel. So we have to it isn't like a whole exhibition that is going to travel, but part of it. So for example, we use prints that are printed on textile, so that it's easy it doesn't take a lot of space, and won't be very expensive to travel. It is always difficult.
It is. What are the biggest challenges, and what do you consider to be the key points in creating an immersive experience?
It's about the story, that if the immersive experience fits to the story or not, so then we leave it out, because if it doesn't bring anything like more to the exhibition, so we don't need it. But sometimes it can be, the exhibition can be an experience, and then we, for example, use modern techniques to get it more in live and more easy to access the experience. But it's always, it can't be like the thing that now we have this fine experience, immersive experience. It can't be like that. It must come from the idea and the manuscript of the exhibition. And of course, they are quite expensive. And nowadays, especially the small museums, they don't have money. We can have something, but not very, very like great video or audio things there. And even less now museums get the money. But anyway, we can have a small exhibition, and then it can be itself very immersive without anything without any special effects.
Thank you. An immersive experience within an exhibition can really be a surplus, or it is just an alternative way of experiencing museum?
Yeah, as I told you, it's like I myself, I don't need immersive effects if the story or the space or the exhibition or the objects are itself very like effective. For example, in this Amos Rex Egyptian exhibition, they are so great, all the objects, that we don't need anything. But of course, if you want to add more, as I told, that you can, for example, have some kind of three-dimensional, or you can have these VR glasses that you can go into space. It's great. It tells us more. Then it's very good, but it's not a necessity at all.
Do you have an example in which you did an immersive experience that was quite important for the success of the exhibition?
Well, it's in Tampere Hall, the Moomin Museum was like that, because there are so much the Moomin characters, and they are animated movies about Moomins. So there it was like I just don't know the English word, but anyway, it gave us like more the atmosphere, and more the more live the Tove Jansson's stories. There it was like this is like necessary. It's important in the exhibition.
Okay, Taina, thank you very much again, and let's keep in touch.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you. Thank you so much.
You.
Have a nice
Bye.
day. Bye-bye. Ciao.
Goodbye. Thank you for listening. See you soon in the next ICAMT podcast episode.